Look around you. We are living in an era of fragile minds. Men are anxious. They are depressed. They are slaves to their impulses. A woman doesn't text back, and their day is ruined. The boss gives a critique, and they crumble. The internet goes down, and they rage. We have built a world of comfort, yet we have never been more miserable. Why? Because we have forgotten how to suffer. We have forgotten how to stand firm when the world shakes. 2,000 years ago, the most powerful men in Rome, emperors, slaves, and senators, practiced a philosophy not of words, but of war. They called it Stoicism. Stoicism is not about suppressing emotion. It is not about being a robot. It is about becoming unbreakable. It is about building a fortress in your mind that no external event, no breakup, no failure, no tragedy can destroy. In this video, I am going to download the 8 brutal laws of Stoicism into your brain. These are not tips. These are operating system updates. If you apply them, you will rewrite your neural pathways. You will stop being a leaf blowing in the wind, and you will become the mountain. This is the path to sovereignty. Let's begin. Law number 1. Embrace discomfort like a friend. We live in a culture that worships comfort. If it's too hot, we have a sea. If it's too cold, we have heaters. If we are bored, we have infinite entertainment in our pockets. The Stoics believed that comfort is a cage. It softens you. Seneca said, "To be always happy and to pass through life without a glint of pain is to remain ignorant of one half of nature." Think of your mind like your hands. If you work with heavy tools, your hands develop calluses. The skin gets tough. It doesn't bleed easily. If you pamper your mind, it becomes soft. A tiny insult hurts you. A small setback breaks you. The Stoic understands that adversity introduces a man to himself. You do not know who you are until you have been tested by pain. The application, the daily microdose. You must microdose discomfort every single day. This is not masochism. It is training. Take a cold shower. Hold it for 2 minutes. Watch your brain scream, "Get out!" and watch yourself say, "No." Have that difficult conversation you've been avoiding. Do the extra rep when your muscles are shaking. By volunteering for small pains, you inoculate yourself against the big pains. When life hits you with a tragedy, and it will, you will be the only one standing, because you have been training for this moment your whole life. Law number 2. Stop being owned by your emotions. Most modern men are reactive. They are slaves to external stimuli. Someone cuts you off in traffic, you rage. She doesn't text back, you spiral into anxiety. You see a beautiful woman, you lose your composure. You are a puppet. The world holds your strings. The Stoic ideal is apatheia, equanimity. This does not mean you don't feel emotions. It means you are not enslaved by them. It means you can feel the surge of anger, acknowledge it, and choose not to act on it. The protocol. Mind the gap. Viktor Frankl, who survived the Nazi concentration camps, said, "Between stimulus and response, there is a space. In that space is our power to choose our response. In our response lies our growth and our freedom." When you feel a spike of emotion, freeze. Do not speak. Do not type. Do not move. Wait 10 seconds. Visualize the emotion as a wave hitting a rock. You are the rock. Let the wave crash over you. Let it recede. Only when the water is calm do you make a move. A man who masters the gap creates an aura of dangerous unpredictability. Why? Because people realize they cannot control him. Law number 3. Stop expecting fairness. Whew. This is the root of 90% of modern misery, entitlement. We have this childish belief that if we are good people, the world owes us success. I worked hard. I should have got the promotion. I loved her. She shouldn't have cheated. I ate healthy. I shouldn't be sick. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "To be angry at the world is to be like a boil on the body of the universe." The universe is not fair. It is indifferent. It follows the laws of physics, not the laws of human morality. When you expect fairness, you doom yourself to perpetual victimhood. You spend your life saying, "This shouldn't be happening," instead of dealing with what is happening. The application. Kill the "why me" narrative. Replace it with radical acceptance. The Stoic accepts the terrain. If there is a mountain in your path, you don't scream at the mountain for being there. You climb it. Stop arguing with reality. The moment you accept that life is inherently unfair is the moment you become free to navigate it effectively. Law number 4. The Dichotomy of Control. This is the central pillar of Stoicism. If you remember nothing else, remember this. Epictetus taught, "Some things are in our control and others not. In your control, your thoughts, your actions, your character, your effort. Out of your control, your reputation, the economy, other people's opinions, the weather, the outcome." Most anxiety comes from trying to control things that belong to fate. You stress about what people think of you. You stress about the result of the election. You stress about whether she likes you back. This is a waste of spiritual energy. You are trying to tame a hurricane with a lasso. The protocol, the circle of will. Draw a circle in your mind. Inside the circle is my will. Outside is fate. Did you prepare for the interview? Yes, in control. Did you get the job? Out of control. If you attach your happiness to the outcome, you are a slave to luck. If you attach your happiness to your effort, you are invincible. Be the archer who aims true and accepts the wind. Law number 5. Practice voluntary hardship. We are controlled by our fears, and usually our deepest fears are poverty, hunger, and discomfort. Seneca, one of the wealthiest men in Rome, advised, "Set aside a certain number of days, during which you shall be content with the scantiest and cheapest fare," asking yourself the while, is this the condition that I feared? This is fear inoculation. Most men stay in jobs they hate because they fear being broke. They stay in toxic relationships because they fear sleeping alone. By practicing the worst-case scenario, you rob it of its power. The application. Once a month, live like a beggar. Eat only rice and beans. Sleep on the floor. Turn off your phone. Walk everywhere. When you do this, you realize, I am still alive. I am still me. I can survive this. This makes you fearless in the business world and dating world. You can take big risks because you are not afraid of hitting rock bottom. You have been to the bottom and you found it solid. Law number 6. Detach from outcomes. In dating, we call this outcome independence. In Stoicism, it is called Amor, Fati, loving fate. The weak man creates a contract with the universe. I will do X, so you must give me Y. When Y doesn't happen, he becomes bitter. He quits. The Stoic works incredibly hard, but he holds the result loosely in his hand. The secret of high performance. When you are obsessed with the outcome, I must close this deal. You get tight, you get anxious, you choke. When you focus on the process, I will give the best presentation I can, you relax, you flow. Irony. Detaching from the outcome actually makes you more likely to achieve it. The protocol. Before you take any big action, try the pre-mortem technique. Visualize failing. Visualize the deal falling through. Visualize the girl saying no. Accept it fully. Make peace with it. Then, go do the work with the ferocity of a lion. You operate with a lightness of being that intimidates your competition. Law number 7. Memento Mori. Remember that you must die. Modern society hides death. We put it in hospitals. We don't talk about it. We live in a delusion of immortality. This makes us lazy. This makes us petty. We waste hours arguing on the internet because we think we have infinite time. Time is the only resource you cannot get back. Marcus Aurelius said, "You could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do and say and think." Imagine you knew with 100% certainty that you would die next Tuesday. Would you worry about that embarrassing thing you said 5 years ago? Would you care about the haters in the comments? Would you be scared to approach that woman? The application. Use death as a lens. When you are stressing about something, zoom out. Will this matter on your deathbed? If no, drop it immediately. Death strips away the bullshit. It reveals what is essential. Live with urgency. Love with intensity. Because the clock is ticking, and it does not stop for anyone. Finally, law number 8. The highest law. Be a warrior for virtue. In the modern world, we chase external goods. Money, fame, pleasure, sex. The Stoics believed these are indifferents. They are nice to have, but they do not make you good. The only true good is virtue. Wisdom, courage, justice, temperance. Why? Because everything else can be taken from you. The market can crash and take your money. Age will take your looks. A cancel culture mob can take your reputation. But your character? That is yours. No tyrant, no ex-girlfriend, no boss can take your integrity without your permission. The protocol. Do the right thing, even when it costs you. Do the right thing, especially when no one is looking. This isn't about being a saint or a nice guy. It's about self-respect. It is about being able to look in the mirror and like the man staring back at you. When you live for virtue, you become unshakable. You don't need external validation because you are validated by your own code of honor. And that is the definition of a high-value man. Gentlemen, the world is not going to get easier. The chaos will increase. The pressure will rise. You cannot pray for a lighter load. You must pray for a stronger back. Stoicism is the gym for your soul. Embrace the discomfort. Control your emotions. Ignore the things you cannot change. Remember your death. If you wire these 8 laws into your mind, you will not just survive the modern world, you will conquer it. You will cease to be a victim of circumstance, and you will become the master of your fate. Be stoic. Be strong. Be unbreakable. If you are ready to walk this path, comment, "I am unbreakable," down below. I read every comment. Subscribe for more power. I'll see you in the next one.